let's move on to the politics section of the show, because Lara, what you're saying is so perfect. When it comes to the politics, I want to talk about the budget speech by our finance minister, Nhlanhla Nene, who really is saying that that's exactly what we need. We need to boost South African industry. We need to give South African businesses a chance, and that's what you're talking about. There is enough talent, enough innovation in the country.
There's so many people who need work. Why are we sending it overseas? So,
Naive?
Yeah, I think definitely like more opportunities need to be provided. I mean, especially for smaller businesses coming up, you know, they need that assistance from the government and all that. So that's definitely, yeah.
Now, Lara, you're saying that there are actually enough people, especially in your industry, who can really bolster South African design.
I see, like with the clothing industry, it comes down to teaching people to sew. And if we can teach them to sew and develop their skills, and there are so many skilled people, the beaders, any kind of handwork, we've got all of these people who are capable of doing this work. Why are we not funding operations where we can employ them? And as soon as you give people work, they can improve their lives. Like, I think maybe we should, I think it's great that they want to increase the percentage that taxpayers need to pay, as long as that money does get put into projects where it's going to help the people. Because there are so many people who, they can help, they can make a better life for themselves in this country, but they do need the financial boost. Someone needs to figure out how to coordinate this, how to make this work so that it works for the people.
Now, obviously, the only way for that, or one of the ways for that to happen, is for South Africans to start buying South African. You know, we need to be supporting the industry. Do you think that there's really, that South Africans are buying local? Are we buying local designs?
I don't think that South Africans buy enough local produce. They're still very keen to buy the overseas labels, the overseas products. But even if we did produce South African product here, we don't need to sell it here. We could sell it all over the world. But the fact that it is produced here and it's made by South Africans, I think that's very important. And that's what builds our country and helps our people.
Yeah, I also think that, especially like with clothing and stuff, I also used to have, when I was in college, I used to do like urban streetwear and stuff like that. And then when you try to sell it, you know, you want to put up a markup that's competitive. But now there's a conception that you have to be cheaper than the rest because it's local, you know, even though it's the same quality of goods. So people they don't want to pay as much. They'd rather go and pay 300 Rand for the t-shirt that's international than supporting the local market because it's local and it's probably not as good quality, or it should be cheap. So that's something that hurts the industry as well. The music industry, anything local, people have that perception that no, it's not as good as if it came from the States, because we're so brainwashed by the media and what we see on TV. That's what we want, you know. So it just kind of feels like when it comes to our own thing, it's not as good as if it comes from somewhere else. Yeah, so I think that's not a good thing.
Lara, that's a perception that we really need to change.
Definitely. I think what most people don't realize is that when you're buying a product, say from one of the imported labels here in South Africa, it's been made very cheaply overseas using cheap labor where people are possibly being exploited. If it's made in South Africa, we have such strict rules. You know that those laws are being adhered to, and there are people checking up on it. I don't know how well they are, but they definitely are. And they're being paid fairly, and we have unions, and the workers have rights here, and they definitely do make sure that all their rights are being met. South Africans are very upfront about their rights being met. So I think that buying local, the designers and people involved in the process are aware that people are being paid fairly, and that does bring the price up. If everyone needs to get what they deserve.
But if you think about it, it's the way that it should be. I mean, why should we be underpaying people and then spending our money on products that have been made by people who've really been exploited?
Yes,
exactly.
But people are price driven, they're price conscious. Most people don't care where it's been made. They don't care about that awareness. They need clothes, they have this amount of money they can spend, that's what they'll buy. It's very, very sad, but I think slowly people are becoming more and more aware of this and supporting a bigger cause than just what they want.
Lenive, I want to ask you your opinion on tax. Lara touched on it, saying that she thinks it's a good idea that we're now going to be taxing higher to middle income earners in South Africa. Do you think this is the way to go?
Yeah, I mean, how much is like 1% that they hiked it by?
I'm not actually certain, was it?
I think it was 1% when I read it.
Yeah, I mean, 1%. I mean, if it goes to what needs to be done, you know, people need housing, people need jobs, people need so many things. So if the money goes to where it needs to be, then yeah, I think, I mean, we all can give up a little more to make our society work. So yeah, I think if it's done right, then yeah.
We need complete transparency,
Yeah.
so we can trust that that money is actually going to the people who need it, not just to someone who's just going to use it for their own means.
Not
Yeah,
to
not to-
Nkandla.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I was about to say.
No
you
more
know,
Nkandla.
no more of that.
Right. Now, Lenive, I want you to end us off just going back to what Lara was saying about the design industry in South Africa and about the need for people to support local design. Are you finding that South Africans are willing to buy South African music, or are we downloading it illegally, which is obviously not helpful at all?
Well, it's pretty hard to find South African music being leaked and on the internet. So unless South Africans release it themselves for free, you can search the web. You're not gonna find Mafiki Zolo on Share Beast or anything like that. It's more the international where those big industry dudes get leaked, and sometimes I feel like they leak it on purpose to create hype or whatever. But the issue is also that CD sales, like, people don't really buy music anymore. Then you have the thing where internet is so expensive in South Africa, so you don't have these kids being able to download from iTunes. If they had the access to the internet and it was cheaper, then you would see a boost in these things being like promoted better. People have access to it. But I think there's a big growth in South African music. I see it myself. You know, last year was a big boost for South African hip hop, especially. I think there's one track by KO, that Kara Kara track. You've never heard anything as authentically South African hip hop like that before. You know, and that's why that track did so well. And people are coming together. You have artists are being paid better, they're being booked better. Maybe not so much from Cape Town. You know, it's more the Joburg with the media hubbies and that. But then again, on the flip side, a lot of Cape Town artists are going more international, and then they come back and then they get recognized here. You know, so I do think that there's growth. I'm very positive that, you know, things are going to start looking up more for more artists, and hopefully media will support it more, because they, you know, you have radio supposed to play a certain amount of local music, but they don't. It's 90% international music, and then they just have like maybe 1 hour show where they play local music. So I think the heads of industry, you know, they also need to change their minds on what they put forward, because they're the ones that dictate what you hear. You know, people don't have the choice to choose what they want. They're just being force-fed what they hear, and then like you hear a song now, you might not like it, but then you hear it so much it grows on you, and now you're a fan. You know, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I do think that there's definitely is growing. People are more open to local music, local design, everything local. So yeah, it looks good.
Good. Now, Lara, where can our viewers find you on social media if they want to connect with you?
I have a Facebook account and Twitter account, and it's just at Lara Klaverkovsky and Lara Klaverkovsky Design.
Brilliant. Lenive?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Man's a Bad Man, or you can get me on at Rude World. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for having us.